Hey guys, Inder this side from 24/7 Everything. Hope you all are doing great. We are again back with another video and this time it's on Samsung Galaxy M31 Prime Edition. So in this particular video, we'll be going to do the review part with respect to One UI Core 2.5. So let's begin with that. So firstly, let's move to the settings section, and inside settings section, let's move to about phone and then to the software information. So by default, the UI core version is 2.5. So earlier this particular phone was shipped with 2.1. Again, it is Android 10 based and the kernel version is 4.14 and so on. And build number is this one. SC Linux status is enforcing, which is really very good. And Android security patch level is of 1st October 2020. So after initial introduction to this particular version, now let's move to the very vital part, that is how the battery behaves. So firstly, we'll discuss about charging time. So this particular phone took nearly about 2 hours and 25 minutes to fully charge the phone from 0 to 100%. And I will also be going to discuss the like percentage in terms of with respect to time and so on. So for the very first 0 to 25%, it took 33 minutes to charge. Then for the next 25%, that is 25 to 50, it took 34 minutes. Then from 50 to 75%, again it took 34 minutes. And for the last 25%, that is from 75 to 100, it took 44 minutes. So overall, it took nearly about 2 hours and 25 minutes. And apart to this ideal battery drainage, so this particular phone really works well in terms of battery, like I would say, where it drain very less battery in terms of ideal mode and so on. So over a span of 10 to 11 hour, I see 2 to 3% of battery was drained. So this is negligible because sometimes your mobile internet is being running and few other apps have been also running and so on. So if you will be going, like if your phone is been draining nearly about 2 to 3% for a span of 10 to 11 hour, so that's not a problem. And this can again be optimized if Samsung should work in the next update, like they can decrease at least to 1 to 2% and so on. Now we'll discuss about battery consumption with respect to gaming and gaming sessions and so on. So for this, firstly, I'll be going to open Call of Duty. By this way, you can even view the RAM management. So because I have opened this particular app, or I would say game, I would say 5 to 7 minutes ago, and it was still in this session, or I would say in main memory. So if you are familiar with my videos now, you will be able to know that what I am going to discuss. So using these graphic qualities and frame rate, like high frame rate and high graphic quality, I played the 1 hour of gameplay for this particular game for nearly about 2 to 3 different time. So on an average, the battery consumption was nearly about 15 to 16%, and whereas temperature readings was like 16 plus, I would say 16 degree before starting the gameplay, and as soon as I completed 1 hour of gameplay, the temperature was 29 degree. And apart to this, gameplay was really smooth. There was no lag faced and so on. Now let's move to the Free Fire. So again, you can see the RAM management. I have opened this particular app again 5 to 7 minutes ago and kept in the main memory. So I was using these graphic quality like ultra, and the below ones I haven't touched. So all these were the ones which are like shipped by default whenever you will be installing this particular game. So again, same thing, like I played 2 to 3 different matches, each match of 1 hour to see the overall battery drainage or battery consumption. So on an average, the battery consumption for a 1 hour of gameplay was 7 to 8%, and the temperature readings are like 17 before starting the gameplay, and as soon as I completed the 1 hour of gameplay, the temperature readings were 25 degree. Again, the gameplay was so smooth, no lag was faced, and so on. Yes, in Call of Duty, Samsung can collaboratively work with the, I would say, Call of Duty team to see if they can restrict the battery consumption at least 1 to 2%, then it will really be fine. So after battery consumption, now let's move to the biometrics and so on. From the securities point of view, so from biometric and securities point of view, pin, pattern, password, swipe, all are working absolutely fine. With respect to fingerprint and face unlock, both are also working fine. There is no problem at all. Again, if you are facing any problem with fingerprint and face unlock after One UI Core 2.5, then I will recommend you to re-add your fingerprint and face recognition. It will surely work. But at my side, I haven't faced a single issue with respect to these two, so it will work absolutely fine. Now let's move to the connection section. So in connection section, firstly we'll discuss about Wi-Fi calling. So Wi-Fi calling is available for both the SIMs, be it for Jio or Airtel. Aside to that, native video call is also working fine, be it for Jio and Airtel. Call recorder, yes, it is available. Automatic call recorder option is available, so you can turn it on if you need it or if you like. And aside to that, be it Wi-Fi connection, mobile internet, SMS or call, I haven't seen a single issue. So overall, it is working absolutely fine. And aside to these Bluetooth, so Bluetooth is also working absolutely fine, be it for file transfer or be it for audio via Bluetooth device. So there is no issue with that as well. The last part that I'll be discussing in connection would be screencasting. So it is also working fine, be it with Intel based laptops or AMD based laptops. So after this, now let's focus on our Play Protection certification from the Google Play Store's perspective. So I'm just going to Google Play Store, then settings, and just below here you will find Play Protection certification. So device is certified by default. There is no issue at all with this. And usually you won't find this issue at all in any of the Samsung update, but just for the confirmation part and from the information part, I'm just discussing this in the review part. So after Play Protection certification, now let's focus on a default apps perspective. So in default type apps, I always prefer to discuss about FM radio. So it is working absolutely fine. So it is a good news for all the users who like to cut down time by listening to FM radio, be it while they are traveling by their own vehicle or transport or maybe by public transport and so on. So there is no problem with that. So after this, now let's move to the status of camera to API. So it is really disgusting that even in UI Core 2.1 they have provided limited access, and even in 2.5 they have provided limited. So I'm eagerly waiting from Samsung side if they can even provide full or level 3 support. At this moment I haven't found any Gcam compatible with this particular phone. Once I'll find, I'll surely be creating a dedicated video for that as well. Apart to this certification, or I would say wideband certification, so it is showing us L1, which is really good. So by this way we can stream HD content on our device without any problem. Now we'll be focusing on, I would say, benchmark scores. So for that I'm just going to open enter to benchmark scores. So these are the current one. Let me show you the older one by moving to the gallery section. So these were the older when we were in One UI Core 2.1, which was showing us 1,94,462, whereas with the UI Core 2.5 it has increased. So now it is showing 1,95,517, and below ones are the consolidated on the basis of CPU, GPU, memory management, UX, and so on. Now let me open Geekbench scores as well. So in Geekbench score you will see some sort of decrease. So firstly we'll discuss about from the CPU's point of view. So the ones which I have run on UI Core 2.1, these are the scores like 349 single core score, whereas on yesterday when I run it has decreased by 3 point, it is showing 346 on 2.5, and earlier on 2.1 multi-core scores were 1360, whereas on 2.5 multi-core score is 1322, again decrease. Now on the basis of computation engine using OpenCL API, on 2.1 it was showing 1584, on 2.5 it is showing us 1556, so again a decrease. Using Vulkan API on 2.1 it was showing 1326, on Vulkan API or I would say on 2.5 using Vulkan API it is showing us 1308, again it is a decrease. So in terms of enter to benchmark scores, it is showing us an increase or up trend, or in whereas in terms of, I would say, Geekbench scores, it is showing us downward trend. Now before I wrap up the video, let's discuss last one or 2 points. One is RAM management. So there is no problem with the RAM management. Even I have shown you when I was discussing with respect to battery consumption, with respect to, I would say, gaming sessions and so on. So you will not find any issue with the RAM management at all. Now, overall review score for this particular update is 95 out of 100, and mostly it is related to the good battery management, be it for charging time, battery consumption, and ideal battery drainage, and so on. So, from my side, I am hoping that this particular trend will surely be continued by the Samsung once they will be rolling out One UI Core 3.0 for this particular phone, which will be Android 11 based. Hope you like this video. If you really like this video, kindly share this with your friends and family. And apart from this, please subscribe to our channel, because this will surely motivate us and boost us to create more videos like this in the coming future. Finally, it's the time to sign off now. Bye for now. Thanks.